Hi there, welcome to the July angel reading on the Fiercely Spiritual podcast. I'm your host, Sandra Ray, and I want to thank you all for being here once again. And I've so much to share with you about the upcoming month and all of the astrological events, the key astrological dates. We're going to be talking about the theme for the month, what to expect energetically, spiritually, and I'm also going to be sharing with you the angel cards that came up so beautiful. I can't wait to share them with you. So we'll start with the theme for the month of July. So I was tuning in, and the theme that was coming up was spiritual alignment. So July is going to be a month of lots of spiritual development, spiritual growth, spiritual alignment. And it'll be all about balancing the physical and the spiritual. So it's living through spirit, which, I mean, what does that mean? What does it mean to live through spirit? So it means acknowledging our spirituality and then living it. So not just knowing on some surface level that we are spiritual beings, but actually embodying it. So tuning in, using our intuition, trusting in source, trusting in that guiding light that is always there for us, working with the angels, expanding through love, taking time to connect in each day. So there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. And when we're doing this work, we're embodying our divine self. And that means that we can live more in alignment with who we truly are. And that has so many implications and ramifications. It means that we feel better, we are more directed and guided on our path. It means that we flow with greater ease through life. It doesn't necessarily mean that all challenges disappear, but it does mean we have that guiding light to guide us and to help us on our journey. And even though it may seem as if there's stuff happening all around us, we still have our strong center, our loving, pure heart to sit within that peaceful place that nothing and no one can disturb. And when we learn to sit within that space, when we learn to stay in alignment and to be in that space, no matter what's going on around us, then that's truly spiritual mastery. So we'll be doing all of this work during the month. We'll be preparing also for the Lionsgate portal, which is coming up on the 8th of August. So this is going to be a huge event. And I was tuning in this morning, I was meditating and I was tuning into what's coming, and I was tuning into the month of July, but I could really feel that energy of the Lionsgate portal was coming up really strongly. And it feels like the work that we're doing in July will be preparing us for that Lionsgate, that activation, or that spiritual activation, if you will. So as I was tuning in, I was thinking, well, we really probably need to honor this date, this event, this portal. And I've been thinking that I'll be doing something. I'm not quite sure what that looks like. It'll probably be a live session, a live group session around the Lionsgate portal. I'm still allowing that to evolve, to see what that is and allowing the energy to present itself. But yeah, the month of July, the energy is really rising. It's like building towards this portal. And there's going to be powerful activations that will be occurring through the Lionsgate. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that and how it evolves, and also how to register for it in the coming weeks as I get more attuned to what that means and what it is. If you're already receiving my emails, you'll get the updates. If you're not signed up to my newsletter, you can sign up in the link in the show notes and you'll get all the details there. So July is a 7 month. So it's the 7th month of the year, and 7 in numerology is all about, it's about wisdom, it's about spirituality, it's about tuning in. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in a minute and how we can do that and work with this energy. But I want to touch on some of the key astrological dates that will be coming up. So between the 3rd and the 7th of July, we'll have the Sirius Gateway, which I'll explain what it means. Then at the end of the Sirius Gateway on the 7th, we have the 7-7 Gateway. Then after that, straight away on the 9th, we have the new moon in Cancer. So the start of the month is going to be packed with these events. And then we have a little bit of a break before we lead into the 22nd, which is the start of Leo season. And then following that, the next day on the 23rd, we have the full moon in Aquarius. So it's kind of like this roller coaster almost, where we have this wave at the start and kind of dips and then goes up again. Now, of course, that dip in the middle isn't necessarily that there's nothing happening. There's always astrological events going on. We live in a universe of stars, so there's always things affecting us, and planets and suns and all the rest. But my feeling is that mid-month will be allowing room for integration before we continue on with more energetic activations towards the end of the month. So as I said, at the start, we have the Sirius Gateway between the 3rd and the 7th. So Sirius is thought to be Earth's spiritual sun. Sirius is a star that shines 23 times brighter than our own sun. And Sirius brings with it the opportunity for spiritual enlightenment. If we can tune into the energy of Sirius, we can have revelations, activations. We can hear messages from source, from angels, from divine. So a great time to tune in and also to work with psychic abilities, but really just a really powerful time to work on our own spiritual growth. So then at the end of that, we have the 7-7 Gateway. So as I said, 7 represents wisdom, it represents spirituality. It's also a number of introspection. So the 7-7 Gateway, along with the Sirius Gateway, is just going to be a perfect time to meditate, to go within, to grow on new levels spiritually, to release the old, to align spiritually, which is the theme for the month. So really powerful energy on the 7th. And if you can take time that day to sit and tune in, you will really benefit from it. So then a couple of days later on the 9th, we have the new moon in Cancer. So the new moon is all about new beginnings. And of course, Cancer brings this beautiful feminine balance and the opportunity for inner alignment. So we can work with the Cancer energy, we can work with the new moon energy to bring about new waves of spiritual growth. Those new beginnings, they don't always have to be physical in nature. It can be emotional, it can be spiritual, even just new ways of being. So working with the new moon energy and that Cancer energy is going to be really nurturing, really loving, and a really beautiful time to continue on that spiritual path. So as I said, we're going to have a bit of time for integration after that. And then coming up on the 22nd, it's the start of Leo season. So of course, Leo is bringing the lion's courage, it's bringing self-belief, it's bringing the opportunity to believe in ourselves on new levels, to trust in our power, and also to trust in our abilities and our ability to manifest the change that we want in our lives, to manifest our true heart's desires, which is working through with and through the divine self. So I know inside Fiercely Spiritual Family, we'll be working with the guardian angel of Leo all throughout Leo season to help to manifest that change and to bring about that divine self, which just longs to be expressed through us. And when we honor that, when we tune in and really honor the callings of our soul and our true heart's desires, it really is a beautiful journey to walk. So I know we'll be working with that throughout Leo season. On the 23rd, then the next day after Leo season begins, we have the full moon in Aquarius. So this beautiful watery sign will bring healing, will bring release. Aquarius will be a huge opportunity for intuitive clarity, so we can make divinely inspired decisions for ourselves, for our lives, and really just continue on that spiritual growth journey and alignment. But it might all just become that little bit more clear. We might find that it's easier to tune in. Our intuition is speaking to us more clearly. It might be that you can hear it more clearly, where you just find you just have that sense of knowing that you know what the right thing is to do or not to do, as the case may be. So yeah, a really beautiful month, a lot of growth, a lot of activation, a lot to look forward to. And also the angel cards. I love the angel cards that have come up. So this is the first card, which is the bowl of divine fire of creation. So if you can see with this card, I'll just hold it up to the screen. This is the card of red flames of vitality, courage, and compassion. So a really beautiful card. And when we work with the bowl of divine fire of creation, this is also known as the fire of life, you can work with this fire to revitalize your energy centers, to revitalize your mind, your body, your spirit. And the flames are also transmuting. They're creative and they're transmuting. So it will bring the opportunity to burn away fear so that you can step into your power and to be courageous. So the fire of life is also, when we talk about creating new ways of being, we can begin to embody that compassion that this card represents, and starting with ourselves, embodying compassion for ourselves, but also for others in our lives. So really powerful card. And you can see that there are different shades of this flame. There's reds and pinks and almost kind of deep purples. So each one represents different levels of growth. And what I'd encourage you to do is, if you're working with this card, to just tune in to the fire of life and the color that you most need. So it may be that deep red, or it may be more pinky or purpley tones that you need. So you can tune in yourself and ask for that guidance. So the next card that came up, I actually, when I drew this card, I smiled because I spoke a moment ago about the Lion's Gate, and I'd been tuning into that in my meditation this morning. And of course, it's the solar lion with the Ankh of the Sun Lord. So it's no surprise this heart has come up as we're approaching the Lion's Gate next month. So the lion, as you can see, there are 3 suns above his head. So the light rays from the 3 suns are streaming down, pouring through him. And you can see he's holding the Ankh in his mouth. So the 3 suns represent our sun, the central universal sun, and also the central sun of all central suns. So this is the heart of the creator. And we can work with this purifying energy. It's like this Christ, golden Christ consciousness energy that we can work with to help us to heal and to awaken on new levels. And as you can see, he has the Ankh in his mouth, which represents time's eternal secrets. So when you work with the solar lion, you will ignite your own inner light, and also attain to new levels of light. So if you remember, our theme for the month is spiritual alignment. So the solar lion can help you to align spiritually and to grow on your path. So beautiful card to work with. And also coming up to the Lion's Gate, really powerful activations. Okay, so the next card is so beautiful. I love this card. So this is the, you can see it, the Heart Grail and 4 Rivers of Eden. The Heart Grail and 4 Rivers of Eden. Such a beautiful card. This is the card of the heart grail and healing power of water of life. So if you can see, the water of life is pouring out through the flower of life. You can see the symbol of the flower of life in the background, and it's pouring into the bowl or the heart grail that's holding the lotus flower. So you can see that the lotus flower is opening up, and this water of life is pouring through. It's cleansing, it's feeding, it's nurturing the lotus in the middle. And this card holds this watery Aquarius energy. And it's no surprise that, of course, towards the end of the month, we have this predominant Aquarian full moon. So really powerful time to work with this card, the Holy or the Heart Grail and Four Rivers of Eden. And you can work with the water of life to heal your own heart center and to return to unconditional love. And you can see that as the lotus, let me just show you the card again, isn't fully open, there's still room in the middle for it to blossom. There's plenty of room for growth. You can continue to grow on so many new levels. And working with this card will enable you to do that. Of course, as you're working with all of these cards, you can also invoke your own divine angelic team of light to assist, to protect you, to work with you. They're there for you always as well. So it's these cards are a complement to your own team of angels and guides who are working with you. So I hope you have the chance to tune in and to use the opportunity of these events and these astrological dates coming up to really align on your spiritual path and your journey. And as I mentioned, I'll be in touch about the Lionsgate portal, about what we'll be doing around that, if it's a live session. And yeah, I will see you next week for the next episode of the Fiercely Spiritual podcast. Have an amazing week. Bye bye.